Weighing in, Fights and Films.
Welcome to Weighing in, Fights and Films. I am Brett the Threat with my cousin and co-host,
Jenny Rose. And we are going to be weighing in for our fight film this week, Fight Club.
Fight Club,
This is going to
starring
be difficult.
Brad Pitt, Ed Norton,
Helen Bonham Carter.
Meatloaf,
Yes.
directed by David Fincher.
You know this is going to be difficult, right?
Why?
Because the first rule.
We can't talk about it. The movie's about a guy who is a Gen Xer and he's kind of losing faith with American society.
And the dead-end cubicle job he has.
And then he meets this other guy, Tyler Durden, who changes his life around, and they formulate a underground, they call it underground boxing thing, but it's like bare knuckle fisting, no. bare knuckle fights, kind of no rules, no holds barred, kind of underground fighting
there's
club.
rules. First rule of Fight Club is, we do not talk about Fight Club.
Right.
And they have a t-shirt rule, but you will notice Meatloaf gets by on that t-shirt rule because they needed to cover up his fat suit. That's the one loophole.
But there's a lot of philosophizing in this movie too.
There's a lot of talking about commercialism and the facade that everybody puts up.
And this is all stuff that mattered a whole lot more before 9/11, because I remember seeing this in the theater and being very caught up in that message.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it so much that I actually bought it on DVD. And after 9/11, the movie didn't resonate with me as much as it did.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
change.
I personally felt that change.
Really?
I did.
I just remember this was a very popular film as I was going through college, watching it, and we actually did pause it for all the little Tyler flashes in it.
Yeah, the blips.
The blips, and there's a blip in the credits that's
the cock and balls.
Yeah. This was like in everybody's DVD rack.
It's very well directed. David Fincher is one of David Fincher's best movies
It's got a
ever.
very grunge feel to it. Definitely makes me feel dirty watching it. Like I need a shower. Like I feel covered in grime.
There's a big reveal at the end that we don't want to give away for those who haven't seen it, with concerning Tyler Durden and Ed Norton's character. But it's still a great movie.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of little, like, if you read the trivia on it, there's a lot of fun little trivia in there.
But this movie is a little bit like The Sixth Sense. You can watch it the first time when the reveal is given, then you can watch it a second time from a different angle, you know what I'm saying?
And it changes it and it makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Not boring. So
Yeah.
it's still, it is rewatchable.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you want to see Brad Pitt at his most fit and shredded, and they go out of their way to show Brad Pitt's body.
He's got a good bod in this one. In fact, I know our makeup artist, Sandra, our hair, and who does my hair, this is like one of her movies she watches after a breakup.
Oh, he's get her anger out.
Film, do you think it holds up? It's changed for you with 9/11, but does it hold up?
It does hold up. I watched it recently, and it does hold up.
Yeah, I still enjoyed it. I rewatched it.
What's important when you watch this movie, it's important to know that this is a comedy. A lot of people don't think that it is, but even the director himself says that it is a comedy. So you have to watch it from that point of view to really understand the movie, to actually really get it, because there's a lot of funny stuff that goes on in this one. If you're all caught up in the violence, you're really not going to get it. So go into it knowing that it is supposed to be funny.
Oh, I didn't know that. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you weigh in?
Now you can watch it another time from another angle.
Well, how do you weigh in on this movie?
If I had just stepped out of the movie theater in 1999, I would have given this 5 punches.
Mm-hmm.
But because of how I feel about it and all the, you know what I mean, with everything, I'm gonna give it 4. I think it still holds up, but it doesn't have that same message that I grabbed onto when I first saw it.
Okay. I'm gonna give it 5 punches.
Cool.
It did not change for me with 9/11. Maybe because my viewing of it and that event were too close together. I didn't have the time prior to it like you did.
Did you watch it after 9/11 for the first time?
I don't remember.
Do you remember?
I remember where I was for 9/11 in my dorm room, and I know I was still in a dorm room.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it had to be around the same time that I watched this movie in that, whereas you saw it out of the theaters, which was before that. So I didn't have that time before it.
But before them, the anti-commercialism message was there.
Yeah, that wasn't.
We're the Generation X, men raised by women. You know what I mean? All that stuff. And after 9/11, you just didn't care. Who cares if a band sells out anymore? You know,
Yeah.
it's like now there's more
Well, now
important
everyone
things to worry
sells
about.
out now, but I mean, you got to make a living now, you know.
Right.
And
But it's still a great movie. It's
but I
still,
weigh in
it's still
also
one of Fincher's
at-
best.
I also weigh in at because there's Five Punches, because there's a lot of iconic lines in this, you know. Who doesn't, even people who haven't seen the movie know, if you go, what's the first rule of Fight Club? We don't talk about, everybody knows that line. It's like rated at like number 27 on a top 100 quotes or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's just a lot of fun scenes in there, like the one we saw played out in tonight's fights where they're bleeding all over the person. And then
I love all the support group scenes in this one. Those are hysterical.
some of them freak me out a little, but
A little bit, especially with the girl with cancer, but even that's funny.
yeah, oh yeah, where she's yeah.
She's all about the porn, you know.
Yeah.
It's just,
So I think that it's
the sickle cell. He goes to a sickle cell.
Yeah.
So he's white. What's he have a fucking sickle cell problem for?
well, and then Helen Bonham Carter's in the cancer group smoking, or the emphysema group. She's in the lung
Yeah,
cancer
she walks
group.
in.
And
This
she's
is
smoking.
cancer, right?
Yeah. So it's
Yes, there's
got
a lot of funny stuff in this movie.
Yeah. So that's how we weigh in on Fight Club.
Yeah.
Oldie but goodie. Oh my God, it's an oldie now.
I know.
But anyway, so you can support this YouTube channel, Weighing In Fights and Films, by liking, commenting, and subscribing. We also have a link below for merchandise. Let us know what you thought of Fight Club. Did you have the same thing happen that he had, or
No
were you
one's
more
going
like
to
me?
comment on this movie because you can't talk.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's the first rule. And don't forget to support her MMA fight career.
You trying to punch my finger while it's
No, I was trying to fist bump you.
Oh.
There we go.